Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ and it's Trashcraft Tuesday time. Today I am inspired by trash, not necessarily working with trash, so I hope you're on board with that. We were given a whole bunch of National Geographics and this little thing fell out of one of them and I picked it up and was thinking about cutting the letters out for this, and then I started having a closer look at it, and it's a little envelope for sending away a subscription. So it's, you know, pre-addressed and it's got the form attached, and then I was like, it's perforated, it's a little tear off sheet, and I was thinking, oh, I could do something with that. And that's what I was going to do. I was going to do something with this, and then I thought, but how often do you come across an envelope with this little perforated tear-off sheet? I don't come across them very often, so I thought that my viewers out there possibly won't come across them very often. So instead of working with this one, I'm going to keep this one as my inspiration, and we're going to make them from scratch. That's my idea anyway. Let's see if it works. So for this I am using a bunch of different printables. Hoping to make a few. So I've got this lovely printable here from Teddy Treasure on Patreon. I've got this one which I bought off, upside down, bought off Etsy years and years ago. I'm pretty sure it was from a digital kit that was no longer being, it was going off sale basically, so no longer available, and I cannot remember who it was from. It was purchased way before I even thought about doing videos, so I didn't, you know, keep a record of where things came from. This one is from Weathered Textures, and it's one of the map ones from memory. And then this one here is one of my printables that's available on Patreon. So we're going to work with those, and I wanted to arrange to see what sort of looks we get. So let's start off with this one from Weathered Textures. Has it got a up or down? Don't think it really matters. Okay, so I'm going to do it the same way as this, so opening to the right. So first we want to do our little flap. These are taller than this envelope, so the scale is going to be slightly different. You could trim it down if you want. And I'm going to do one and then see whether I want to trim it down, because it might just look slightly weird, the dimensions. But so around about 2 centimeters for the wee flap. And then we want to create our envelope, so we want to fold it in thirds basically. So this is the tricky part, is working out how to fold it in thirds. So I'm going to go about there, I think. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Like, if it's not properly in thirds, I don't think it will matter in the slightest. This is all very neat and everything meets up perfectly. And I did measure this, and across here plus the flap equals a standard A4 page in width or in length. So I thought that was interesting. And then this one we're going to fold under, and it's not the same width, so that's all good. I'm going to just fold it there. So have I done that right? No, I haven't done that right. Okay, so that goes up there. This one folds back that way. That's, oops, and it's not straight. That's a good start, isn't it? Is it this that's not straight? Goodness, what's not straight? Maybe it's this fold here. Yep, that's that one that's not straight. So let's try and straighten that one up. That didn't seem to make a lot of difference. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, So just don't mind me, just fluffing with my folds, and got a little bit of a overhang there at the bottom, so I'm just going to trim it and nobody will know. Perfect. Okay, so here we have our flap, we have our envelope once it's glued together, and then we've got our lift up flap, which is not perforated, of course. I could perforate it. I have a trimmer that has a perforation blade on it, so I could create that as a tear off strip, but I think I'm going to leave it attached. And of course, as you can see, it doesn't go all the way here. That's fine. You can make it, fiddle around and make it even or not. It's really not a big deal. In fact, I might take it a little bit closer just so I've got more room to put things in my envelope. So this is definitely like a trial one, this one, and then hopefully we'll nail the process and the others will be more smooth in how I'm going to fold them. So just giving me a little bit more to put things in there. So I think I'm going to leave it at the full height. Height would be a better word. So I'm going to glue the sides to turn it into an envelope. And this one. And there. Easy as that to create our envelope. Okay, so this is plain, and I would have preferred to have used double-sided prints for this, so it was decorated on both sides. But then you're printing, and inside the envelope it's not going to be seen, so kind of like use double-sided pages if you prefer, but you could equally cover it with a piece of coffee dyed paper or whatever paper, or you could do whatever. It doesn't need to, and if you don't like white, then cover it up somehow, some form or fashion. I should have done this before I glued it, but never mind. I just want to sort of give you an idea of what it might look like. Inked up around the edges. Okay. So then opens up, and my idea was in here there would be writing space. So let's see what we've got. Got some offcuts of just like writing paper type thing. We could put some of those down there, and I want to leave a border around it so that we still get to see the pattern in the background. I'm going to cut along this line here. And do another one the same. I'm there. And I'm going to glue down the side with the red line so there's no red line. And then we've got two writing spaces, so I'm going to give that an ink up around the edges. Oops, there's a little bit I didn't cut properly there. So I hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. I am filming this on Monday afternoon, and normally I would try to film this on Monday morning, but my hubby is homesick. He was homesick on Friday, he's homesick again today, so that kind of dictates when I can do things, but he's taken himself off for a nap, so I'm free to catch up on doing some videoing. Oops, sponge wants to roll away. Right, cool. Do I want glue stick? Maybe I'll want glue stick. You know, so if you don't like the white, just use some coffee dyed paper or something, or a plain printable, or scrapbook paper, anything you like to form your writing space. Sorry, I am a bit croaky at the moment. I went to start this video and started it recording, and then went to speak and my voice wouldn't come out, so I very quickly stopped that one, and then sort of cleared my throat a bit, had a drink. But I've just noticed that now it's starting to get a bit croaky again. So I think I've got a little bit of the cold that my hubby's got, maybe the first stages of it. I have been struggling with headaches the last few days. So yeah, I suspect I'm probably not 100%, but I'm okay. Just weird things like my voice deciding not to work every now and then. Right, there we go. Writing space, all nicely hidden away under flap. Now I think I would like a tab on here. So I'm going to grab my tabs, whale tail tabs. They're a printable from Artsology on Etsy. And this is all very sort of neutrally. Oh, what about one with text on it? Let's do one of those. Ink it up first. Very useful, these whale tail tabs. I don't have one of the punches. I wish I had one of the punches, but I don't. So this is the next best thing for me. Right, so I'm going to put a little thumb tab here, or tab, so we can, or the person, whoever gets the journal, knows that it opens. Sweet. Okay. And do I want to do anything on the corners there? Thinking maybe I might round them, so I'm just going to grab a scrap and hope that my punch likes the... You could just leave them square. Oops. Just trying to work out how I can hold it far enough away and punch it at the same time. And it's stuck. There we go. Let's do the other one. So far so good. A little bit hit and miss, never mind. We got there. And let's give this an ink up on the outside. So inside the envelope you've got all the options of what you would like to do. You could pop in a journal card. You could pop in a piece of coffee dyed paper folded up. You could pop a tag in. You could fill it with ephemera and pop it in a pocket so that whoever gets it has ephemera to work with that match the journal. You could glue it down. You could glue it down as a pocket as well, so there's a pocket behind as well as the envelope pocket. You could leave it floating in a pocket so they can take it out, write in it and then tuck it away. Like, lots of options. I think that is actually really cool and so simple. Like, that took me no time at all. If you don't like the white, as I said, there's things you can do. Where's a bit of, just reaching for a bit of coffee dyed paper. So you could easily cover that in coffee dyed paper if you didn't like the white. Or you could put some more of the writing paper on. So like another strip of this could go there, or you could decorate it up. And I'm thinking I might decorate it up, but I won't do that at the moment, because let's go ahead and do some more bases. So I think that's pretty good representation of this one. Pretty good, bit taller and about the same width. So brilliant. Let's go ahead and make some more. Right, and it will be interesting to see what each of these look like. Actually, maybe we'll do one the other way so that it opens out the other way. Why not? Let's give it a go. If I can fold straight. Right, now our attempt at a triple fold. And back on itself. Okay, so I didn't quite do it far enough. That's all right, we can trim a bit off. Let's get it straight first. And it's not quite straight. Something's not straight. But actually it looks fine. So just need to trim off a smidge along there. So let's do that. You could keep going until you get it to the right, till it folds correctly how you want it. I'm just going to trim it because it's quicker and I don't want to fluff around. So that's how I'm dealing with it. Yes, so I think a lot of these I would actually leave floating so that you retain all this pretty pattern. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so here let's grab some more of these strips. Very handy, these strips. So we want 2. And about there. Handy to have lines to cut along as well. So before I put those on, let's glue it together. This time I will ink first. And I might try something else actually. I just thought of another way we could do it, which may or may not work, but it's worth a look to see whether it does. So just hold fire for that. Could also round these corners if you preferred. Lots of crumbs. So I will take the time to ink them off camera, doing all round the back and everything, but I won't do that on camera. No, do whatever you like, ink or not ink. Okay, I think that's good. Right, so gluing just the 2 sides, so not even much glue needed for this. Not to put the base together anyway, decorating is another thing. Right, and just make sure the glue doesn't seep out and glue this part closed. Okay, so we've got a little bit more separation here. And shall we choose out a tab to go on it? Just close my ink. So we've got browns and reds. That one might be nice if I actually get my words out in full. Gosh, sorry guys, I just keep going silent, don't I? Right, so let's pop the tab down the bottom this time. These will probably go quite well behind a belly band as well, potentially. I'm going to cover over the poppy. Oh well, it's on now. Never mind, we still get the poppy, and then we get this flower here. So I didn't check, did I? Never mind. So there we go. There we've got another one, but this time it opens in the opposite direction. So this one opens that way, and this one opens that way. So really super easy to reverse the direction without too much brain power needed. So let's go on and see how this one turns out. So this one I think I'm going to do the same as the first. But do I want to use this for my other idea? I think I'll leave that one and go on with this one at the moment and try my other idea with this one and see whether it works. If it doesn't, then I'll go back to doing it the other way. So this time I'm going to try it with the pattern on the inside. Right, this is on presentation paper, so it's a little thicker. The others are all on copy paper, regular copy paper. I'm going to give this a burnish. I think I'll take that right up to that edge. So we've got a little bit more of room here. Okay, so a lot of, sorry, went weird there. A lot of our pattern is hidden inside the envelope. But this one would make more sense if we're gluing it down, because we're gluing the white down, not the pattern. And I actually think that's quite nice. And here we could put our coffee dyed paper. Oops. So we could pop our coffee dyed paper in there instead, or we could stencil it, or we could do whatever we like. Okay, I'm going to glue this one down. So I'm a bit sad that we're hiding the pattern, and this is why I wanted to try it, to see whether it would actually work this way round in terms of the look. But it's certainly another option. I'm not sure that I'm going to ink this because it's got quite a separation there anyway. Probably ink around this. So we could decorate this strip here where it closes. We could decorate that instead. Coffee dyed paper or writing paper or something in there, or stenciling to cover the white if you don't like the white. I might round the corners on this one just for a different option. That one didn't cut very well. So writing space, envelope, and this one I would glue down onto a page. so that, and glue it either as a tuck or a pocket. Super fun. Super fun. Okay, so this one, do we want to go back to the original, or I'm curious to see actually with a different pattern. So I can always refold it back the other way if we don't like it. So let's just try it. So our flap, so about there. So I'm going flush to the edge as well with this one. Okay, so that's really pretty on the front, isn't it? Although we cover up the fox's head. So that way, so fold the pattern to the inside if you want to glue it down, and if you don't want to glue it down, then fold the white or whatever pattern, if you've double printed, to the inside. Okay. So if you decide you don't like it one way, just turn it around the other way, and easy peasy, good as gold. Right, so let's ink this one up because it is the white. Okay, glue that down. Oops, keep on the paper. And can we find a tab for this one? I haven't done a tab for the other one because I don't think I've got anything that will match it. So I might have to create one. It's looking something with blue in it. That one, I think. Yep, the quiet fairy struck again. Right, and let's go there. Cool. So again, we could put writing paper, but on this there is plenty of writing space, so I wouldn't worry. You could write in the gaps here across this swirly design. All in here could be written on, so I wouldn't worry. And then on the back, more writing space, so I wouldn't worry about adding any writing paper to that one. Decorate this up or add some writing paper in there, maybe like so. I think I like the idea of decorating it though, so it's, you know, so it's a pretty to look at. So we've made 4 bases in half an hour or less than half an hour, so I think that's pretty good. Let's go back to this first one that we made and think about what we might want to decorate it up with. So we've got our writing paper. We've got the back here. We could put a bit of writing paper there as well if we wanted. In fact, I'm going to do that. You could leave it just decorative. But I think I'm going, because it's not highly decorative, it's more textural. I am going to put some writing paper on, and it gives us more writing space, and it will definitely be one that goes in a pocket. Oops, just gouged my glue stick. And again, crazy. Ugh, yuck. It's all down the sides. And all over my fingers. Just trying to make sure I get it kind of in the middle there. Scrape off some of that glue. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Get rid of those little clumpy bits of glue. That's why often I like to go to this rather than this, because it just seems so less messy. Right, okay. Clean up some little fragments off my desk because they're bugging me. Have a wee drink, stop my going froggy. Right, don't need the bone folder anymore. Just doing a little clean up. Right, how would we like to decorate this? Could use coffee dyed paper. What have I got? She says, staring at a bag full of possibilities, going, oh, I can't see anything that I want to use. Here's another bit from the same kit as this page, from Weathered Textures. We could put a bit of that on there. Let's do that. We'll start there. So you could probably do this before you stick a tab on, but I'm not going to like collage the whole thing or anything. I'm just going to roughly sort of make it interesting. So I've got the height, and let's just tear a bit, not too wide, creating lots of scraps here, just making an interesting edge, like so. Okay, let's hope I don't gouge the glue out this time. Sorry, I know I'm reaching way under the camera. It's funny actually, when I'm recording when hubby's home, I find I don't act normally, even though he's like in a different room and has earplugs in and everything. I just don't feel like I can be normal, which is really super weird. I don't quite understand that, but it is what it is. I just feel in myself, I can tell when I'm not being normal. It is very bizarre, but we are bizarre creatures, aren't we, us humans? So here's my flowers from Artsology, and I'm thinking something like that might be quite nice. Want something fairly tall, I think. Quite like like all of these options actually. Oh, that's the one. I liked all the options, but I just, as soon as I saw the one that was like, yes, it's that one, they all would have been fine. You know how it goes? You're just waiting for that moment of eye joy that goes, yes, yes, I like that one. Part of the creative process. Because we all like what we make, don't we? Right, let's just go with a bit of an ink up. Do I want any book text? Let's see. Yeah, where's my packet? Hang on guys, I've lost my bag of book text. Gosh, that was hard. I had to take half the stuff out of the bin to find it. A bit of index from an encyclopedia. It's quite thick. Yes, I like that. So let's pop that down there. Gosh, I'm getting warm. Been cold all day, so we lit the fire, knowing it's a beautiful day outside, but it's just so cold inside. But that towards later afternoon, when the sun comes around, it's going to warm up, and it's now warming up. Cool. I think I'll use tacky glue for this because there's too many little holes in there that will gouge out my glue stick. So I'm hoping hubby will be well enough to go back to work tomorrow, because I'll be out Wednesday as long as he's going to work. If he doesn't go to work, then I will be at home and I'll have to miss the last session of my course. So hopefully you'll be all good, and assuming that it's all good, I need to record videos ahead. So the longer he's at home, this will more puts out my plans. And also, I want him to be well. It's not much fun when you're sick. Okay, and a word maybe. Go over a little bit. These are my printables from Etsy. Let's pop that one up there. The sun is always shining somewhere. And isn't it true? It's shining outside right now. It is actually a stunning day outside. After I've done this video, maybe I'll make myself a cuppa and go and sit on the deck and read for a bit. Haven't taken the time to do that for quite a while actually. My book is feeling very neglected. I'll have to remember where I was up to. No, I've got a bookmark in there, but in terms of storyline, like what was happening, sometimes I have to go back and read a page or two just to remind myself. There we go. So there is one completed one. So we've got writing space on the back, writing space in here, we've got decorative front, we've got here with our little flap to put something in there. So we could take this, it's too tall, so I'm thinking maybe just fold it into thirds as well. Bit of coffee dyed paper, pop that into our envelope, and then it's all ready to tuck into a pocket or a belly band or a tuck spot or something in your journal. I think that is very successful. So we didn't actually make with rubbish, but we were inspired by rubbish, by this little thing that fell out of a magazine, which I was going to just, do something with, has become the inspiration. So certainly you could use this as a base and decorate it up, and I probably will if I find any more, but I want to retain this one just as an idea because it's where I got this idea from. So there we go. I've got 3 more bases to decorate up and one that's all complete, if you can see it amongst all the rubbish on my desk. So just to refresh it, this digital here is Weathered Textures. This one I believe is no longer available. This one is from Teddy Treasure on Patreon, and then this one is my digital of Patreon. So there we go. I hope you had fun watching this and enjoy it. If you make some, let me know. I'd be really happy to see them if you can post them somewhere on Visual Vibes or on Instagram, or just to let me know that you've given it a go. Would be awesome. Thanks everybody. Have a brilliant day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.